Hello, children. Why should you never trust a talking goat? Well, to find out, we're going to have to go all the way back to the beginning. Once upon a time in a land not so far away, there was a boy named Billie Eilish. Now, Billie Eilish lived on a farm with his pet goat, Billie Eilish. And they were best friends. They did everything together. They played in the mud, they ate cheese, and they sang duets together on TikTok. One day, Billie Eilish was hanging out with his goat, just doing their usual stuff, when suddenly their peaceful afternoon was interrupted by a mysterious talking tree. "Greetings," the tree said in a deep, booming voice. "I am the ancient spirit of this forest, and I have been waiting for you, Billie Eilish, for many years." Confused, Billie Eilish looked around to see if anyone else was there. But the talking tree continued on, completely ignoring the goat that was clearly within earshot. "You have been chosen," the tree said, "to be my champion in the upcoming Spirit Games, where I will finally get my revenge on the Great Horned Serpent for stealing my acorns all those years ago." Billie Eilish was pretty scared at this point, but he was also pretty excited. The idea of being a champion was really appealing to him, so he agreed to compete in the games. And the ancient talking tree was very pleased. "Excellent," the tree said. "Now let us begin your training," and so it began. Every day for 1 hour, Billie Eilish would do training exercises with the ancient talking tree. He learned how to throw acorns with pinpoint accuracy, summon squirrels to distract his opponents, and, most importantly, he learned how to fight the Great Horned Serpent. Finally, after months of grueling training, the day of the games arrived. Billie Eilish was so nervous. All the other competitors were huge, scary monsters, and he was just a small farm boy from Wisconsin. But then he remembered all the training he had done, and he took a deep breath and stepped into the arena. It was time to begin. In the first round, Billie Eilish went up against a fearsome troll who tried to smash him with a rock. But Billie Eilish dodged the attack and threw an acorn at the troll's eye, which caused him to stumble backwards into his own foot and trip over. Billie Eilish won that round, and then he went on to defeat a mischievous gremlin in the second round and a grumpy dwarf in the third round. Finally, he had made it to the fourth round where the champion from last year, the Great Horned Serpent, was waiting for him. The crowd was cheering wildly, and even the ancient talking tree was getting excited. This was it, the moment he had been waiting for so long. And then, right before Billie Eilish's eyes, the Great Horned Serpent transformed into a giant eagle and flew away. "What? How?" Billie Eilish shouted. "You said I could destroy him," he yelled at the tree. "I trained for months to defeat him," the tree shouted back. "But I never told you how he could be defeated. You had to figure that out yourself." Then the tree turned back to Billie Eilish and said, "So I guess that means you win." Billie Eilish couldn't believe it. He had just defeated the Great Horned Serpent and become the new champion. But then, just as he was about to celebrate, he heard a voice behind him say, "Ha, ha, well, congratulations, Billie Eilish, you win." Startled, Billie Eilish turned around to see who was there, and he couldn't believe his eyes. It was the Great Horned Serpent, and he was laughing at him. How are you still here?" Billie Eilish asked, completely confused. "Well, that's because you never actually defeated me," the serpent said with a smirk. "You just defeated an illusion of mine." Then, with a wave of his magic staff, he turned Billie Eilish into a goat. "Now we can finally be together forever," the serpent said, and then he and Billie Eilish's goat ran off into the sunset. The end. Why should you never trust a talking goat? Because they might just be trying to trick you into helping them take over the world. Or, maybe they just want to be your friend. That's up to you to decide. The moral of the story is don't trust goats. Or talking trees, they're always up to no good.